Hello and welcome to an art time-lapse video. In this video I'll be drawing my entry to the Paper Demon art RPG Eventide ring portal. The Eventide ring is a planet that has stopped spinning, and so there's like only a small ring around the planet that people can occupy called the Twilight Ring. And I thought it was cool, so I decided to enter into it. In this drawing, my character Vivitsa, she is exploring the sunny side of the planet, looking through the ruins to see what she can find. So, yeah. As you could see, I started off with some kind of drawing, but I didn't really like it, so I stopped and I started doing something else that focuses more on the character than the background and stuff, since backgrounds aren't really my strong suit, though I should be getting better at doing them, but I'm lazy and I'm comfortable just doing this instead. So I wanted something with really dramatic lighting, but I don't know. I did like the way that this ended up coming out. I like the colors. Purple and orange are one of my favorite color combinations, so I can't say I'm unhappy with it, but it's not what I envisioned in my head. I've kind of learned how to put in detail without like too much detail, like these bricks in the background. I don't end up lining all of them because that would make it look way too busy. But just by using different colors, I guess it turned out okay. This is the first time I'm drawing Vivitsa with her talisman, which is her messenger bag here. I decided that she would probably be carrying it so she could take back some little doodads that she finds in the ruins. I like adding these little details because, I don't know, I think it feels more deliberate than if I just did it like without them. I wasn't too worried about getting these bricks to look absolutely perfect because this is meant to be a ruined building, and I figured that it would probably just be kinda decrepit and stuff and not 100% stable, so I wasn't really having the best time lining this, especially this pillar that I'm about to start lining. I just had a hard time figuring out how to do it without like just using the line tool, because I feel like when you use the line tool it doesn't have like that kind of sketchy quality to it. It has a more of a rigid feeling. So I chose to just draw in the lines by hand. And then I chose to punish myself more by deciding that I was going to add 2 more lines going up the pillar. But I used those little cracks that I just drew in there to cover up where I had kind of messed up a little bit. And here I am deciding what lines of the bricks I'm actually gonna line in, because I didn't want to do them all, but I wanted to do enough to give the impression that it's made out of brick, which I think I did okay. Now here comes the most annoying part, which was lining in these vines and leaves. I guess the vines weren't the hard part. It was the leaves that were the most annoying. See, I tried to find a brush I could use to just paint them in without having to worry about it. But I just did it by hand. And it took a long time. It took maybe 40-30 minutes. But I think the effect it gives is good, even though they're very subtle in the final image. I like the way they turned out though, so I guess it was worth spending the time on them. Plus I got to watch, or not watch, but listen to some videos while I did it, so it was a good time. Even though I wish I could have just found a brush to do it for me, but you know. Sometimes you just get the best effect by doing it by hand, even though sometimes you don't need the best effect, so doing it with a brush can be better. There we go. Now here comes the coloring part, I believe. Yeah. I decided to go with the purple and pink and orange because that's kind of the theme of the Twilight Ring, or the Eventide portal. It's just purple and orange and blue and like nice colors like that. Plus the orange fit because my character is orange. The only thing I kind of regret is that I just kind of made the bag green, which is what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't really fit in with the whole theme, except that the plants are green too, so I guess they fit in that regard. I had to look at some references of the sun coming in through the window, though I couldn't find anything that was like really close to what I'm doing here. but I think it turned out okay. I think the effect that I got is what I wanted in the end. I really enjoyed coloring this, because like I said before, purple and orange are some of my favorite colors to combine. They're not my favorite colors by themselves, but when they're combined like this, I really like them. Using the oil brush, I tried to make the impression that there's texture on the wall, which I think turned out okay. It's a lot better than it just being one flat color anyway. I like the effect that I did for the vines where like they don't have any lines around them. I think it looks cool. I think it makes them blend into the background more, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion, because they're not the most stellar things I've ever drawn. So then I go to color the line art, and sometimes I think coloring the line art makes things not stand out enough, but I kind of like it like that because it feels more like real life, because, you know, in real life nothing has lines like that. So then I decided to add some like sparkles, kinda, to give the illusion of dust flying in the sun. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.